She transferred 3.8 lakh to a fake trial officer. Then she called her son. He told her it was a scam. She cried. He consoled her. They talked for 40 minutes. Then they called the bank. By then, the money had passed through 3 mule accounts and was sitting in a fourth. The bank froze what they could. It was 12,000 40 minutes. That is what the difference between 3.8 lakhs and 12,000 looks like. In this video, I am going to give you the exact sequence in order of what to do in 60 minutes after a cyber fraud. Not general advice, not to contact authorities. The specific steps, the specific words, the specific information to have ready in specific order that gives you best chance to recovering money. I have worked with cybercrime investigation teams. I know what they can act on and what they cannot. And I will tell you the one thing at the end that makes single biggest difference to whether a case results in recovery at all. I am Amrita Gadarkar, a cybersecurity professional. The recovery rate from cyber fraud in India is less than 0.2%. For every 100 stolen, less than 20 paisa is returned. That statistics is not because the money cannot be traced. In many cases, it can. It is because the most victims do not act fast enough for the tracing to matter. The 1930 helpline, India's national cybercrime response number, is connected to the system that flag accounts and initiate holds in real time. But only if the call comes in while the money is still moving. Once it settles in India or internationally, the options narrow dramatically. Every minute matters. Here is the sequence. Step 1. Call 1930 right now before anything else. Not your son, not your bank, not your friend. 1930 first. When the call connects, have these ready: your name, your mobile number, and the amount transferred, the date and time of the transfer, the UPI ID, the account number money was sent to, and the name of your bank. Say exactly this: I have been victim of cyber fraud. I transferred this amount to this UPI account or this UPI ID or this account at this time on this date. I need an immediate hold request on the recipient account. The operation will create a complaint number. Write it down. This number is your reference for your every subsequent steps. 1930 is available 24 hours, 7 days a week. Do not wait for a business hours. Do not wait until the morning. Call immediately. Step 2. Contact your bank immediately after 1930. Call your bank's 24 hours fraud helpline number. The number on the back of your debit card or on the official website. Type the bank name directly in your browser. Say, I have been a victim of cyber fraud. I have already registered complaint number. Your 1930 complaint number. I need immediate transaction dispute logged and request to freeze the recipient account. The words transaction dispute and the recipient account freeze are important. Use them. They will tell the bank representative exactly which protocol to activate. A wage, I was scammed, please help, takes longer to process. Be specific. Ask for a compliant reference number from the bank as well. Note it down. Step 3. File at cybercrime.gov.in. Within 24 hours, go to cybercrime.gov.in. Report at cybercrime financial fraud. Have ready your 1930 complaint number, your bank complaint number, the fraud amount, all transaction IDs from your UPI or your bank app, the UPI ID or the account details you sent money to, any screenshots of messages or calls related to the scam. File in every field. The more details you provide, the better investigators can act. Incomplete complaints are deprioritized. You will receive a complaint acknowledgement number. Keep it with you. Step number 4. Preserve all evidences immediately. Before you do anything else on your phone, screenshot everything. If it was a WhatsApp scam, screenshot all messages, the contact details of the scammer, any payment confirmation. If it was a phone call, go to your call logs and screenshot the incoming number. If it was a website, screenshot the URL, the product page, the payment confirmation. If it was a UPI transfer, go to UPI app, screenshot the transaction ID, the recipient UPI ID, the amount and the timestamp. Do not delete anything, even messages that feel embracing or that make you feel you should have known better. Everything is evidence. Step number 5, file a FIR at your nearest police station or cybercrime station. The online complaint at cybercrime.gov.in is important, but it is not the same as an FIR. An FIR initiates a formal police investigations for amounts above 10,000. An FIR gives you a stronger legal standing and a better chance of interbank cooperation. Go to your nearest police station. If your city has a dedicated cybercrime station, go there directly. Bring 1930 complaint number, your cybercrime.gov.in acknowledgement number, your bank complaint references, all screenshots printed on your phone, and a written timeline of what happened. The police are required to register your FIR. If they decline, you can approach the superintendent of police or file directly at cybercrime.gov.in as an escalation. If it has been more than 24 hours, if we are watching this video already being scammed more than 24 hours ago, the urgency is different, but the steps are the same. Do all 5 steps. The real-time hold window is closed, but the investigation window is still open. What changes after 24 hours is the 1930 hold mechanism works best in real time. After 24 hours, the money has likely moved beyond the immediate hold, but your complaint still creates a case. Record the investigators use to trace the full money trail through mule accounts to eventual recovery where possible. Investigators can trace funds through mule accounts across states. In the Bangalore teacher's case, funds were traced through 23 mule accounts and 1.46 crore was blocked. This takes time, but it is possible. When a formal complaint exists, file the FIR, file at cybercrime.gov.in, provide all the evidences, follow up monthly with complaint reference number. 3 additional things to do if significant personal data was shared. If you shared your Aadhaar number, report it to UIDAI at 1947 and lock your biometric at myaadhaar.uidai.gov.in. If you shared bank passwords or OTPs, change all passwords for immediately from a clean device and request a new debit card from your bank. If you shared your PAN, request a CIBIL report and check any other loans or accounts opened in your name. The one thing that makes the biggest difference, calling 1930 within 60 seconds. Not your family first, not your bank first. 1930 first. Because 1930 is the only mechanism that can simultaneously notify multiple banks and initiate holds on recipient accounts in real time. The woman from our cold open talked to her son for 40 minutes before calling 1930. By then, the money was 3 accounts away from where she sent it. If she had called 1930 in the first 10 minutes, the outcome might have been different. Save 1930 in your phone right now as a contact. Name it Cyber Fraud Help. Then share this video with one person you know who has been affected by cyber fraud, even if it happened a years ago. The steps in this video still applies. Keep learning, stay safe online.